What is Coupang? Coupang is a $9 billion e-commerce company based in South Korea, and they're now also currently a publicly traded company. Coupang launched their IPO during the latter part of March 2021, and they have several offices located around the world in Shanghai, Beijing, Seoul, Seattle, and Silicon Valley. They're known for their many services such as rocket delivery, Coupang Eats, and Coupang Pay. Every year since 2016, the revenue of Coupang has grown by 60% year over year. And while currently they're still in the red as most aspiring startup companies are, with operating losses of more than $500,000 in 2020, there's definitely a good chance that they're nearing the light at the end of the tunnel, with their losses narrowing down steadily year over year as well. In order for us to know more about Coupang, to appreciate it, and to know more about how it makes money, we need to take a step back. In this video, we'll be talking about Coupang's history, their founder, how they began, what are their services, and how they scale against the competition. And what is the outlook for this rising South Korean company? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Wealth Professor, the place for people looking to become financially smarter every week. Our goal is to explore the future of business and to help you become a better investor. If you like our content, please give us a like and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future videos. Let's begin with how Coupang began. The year was 2010. E-commerce wasn't as rampant as it is today. Amazon at the time was still the world's biggest online retailer, and Groupon, essentially an online coupon service, was all the rage. Groupon was pretty massive in 2010 with a $16.6 billion valuation at the end of its first trading day. They were so big to the point that they had to decline a roughly $6 billion buyout offer from Google. So you can tell that at this time, most probably had their eyes on the Groupon or coupon business model. However, nobody else had their eyes more planted on what was happening with Groupon other than Bom Kim, a Korean-American businessman and entrepreneur. Bom Kim was born in South Korea and immigrated to the US at age 7. From there, he studied in the US and got into Harvard University. It was during his time in university that he saw an opportunity with Groupon, with their business model, and how it could potentially revolutionize e-commerce in South Korea. After just 6 months in Harvard Business School, he dropped out and then went on to start his own company, which we now know as Coupang. How does a coupon business model work anyway? A coupon-based business model depends on both businesses and consumers to be both heavily engrossed in a platform that connects the two. Businesses that are in need of more consumers offer discounted services on the site. The site then advertises discounted or bargain deals to consumers while embedding some of their own fees into the final purchase price. Consumers then find these deals and use it to purchase goods and services. During this time, the business gains a potential repeat customer or could upsell their other services to said customer, and the platform takes a cut from getting a consumer to the business's store. This was in essence both how Groupon worked and how Coupang during its start worked as well. That was at least a few months before the IPO of Coupang. Now, don't get me wrong, Coupang did become wildly successful in Korea by itself. Business was booming. They were in essence succeeding. Past 2010, they were already a billion-dollar company, and even early as 2010, they were already being advised to launch an IPO. But Bom Kim, having debated the situation in his mind, and right before making an announcement to take the company public, saw a new and bigger opportunity. Instead of taking his billion-dollar company public, Bom Kim had then chosen to massively pivot the business model of Coupang. He saw an opportunity bigger than what was essentially discount coupons, and that was undoubtedly e-commerce. He turned Coupang from what was at the time an e-coupon company to an end-to-end e-commerce company that would then rival the established e-commerce behemoths such as Amazon. Kim did mention that he took inspiration from Amazon, with their Amazon Prime service in particular offering next-day delivery within the US. He wanted to differentiate Coupang and innovate something new in Korea, a service that would make Koreans' lives better and would revolutionize the Korean e-commerce industry. He thought to himself that Amazon's Prime service was such a great business model to follow, and taking a page out of Amazon's playbook, he made his own next-day delivery service, which is now known as Rocket Delivery. These are the two aspects that make Coupang, well, Coupang. So that's Rocket Delivery and Coupang's e-commerce site. Everything else is basically the cherry on top, whether that be Coupang Pay, Coupang Eats, third-party marketplaces, Coupang Flex, and Coupang Play. Let's run through those for a sec. Coupang Pay, essentially an integrated payment solution similar to Venmo or PayPal. Coupang Eats, similar to Uber Eats, leveraging on their distribution and logistics network in order to provide fresh food for their customers. Coupang Flex, similar to Fulfilled by Amazon service. Coupang Flex allows users to essentially work as part-time Coupang men, or delivery men as what we normally call it. They can do things such as drive packages around or assist existing Coupang delivery men. Coupang Play is Coupang's online on-demand streaming service, also competing against the likes of Netflix. These are just some of the highlights of what Coupang has to offer besides their e-commerce platform. When we talk about Coupang's identity and philosophy, essentially what they believe in and what makes them stand out from the rest, Coupang is obsessed as a company with customer experience. They want to make sure that customers have the best experience possible with the services. And it shows. With Rocket Delivery's next day delivery, they can choose to have their packages delivered in the next day and even choose which time of the day they prefer. Coupang even has a book on how to knock on your door. They have several guides on how Coupang men should deliver, such as they won't ring the doorbell as to not wake up a baby, and that they always send a message to tell you when they're there, along with a photo of the package at your door. This obsession towards customer satisfaction and experience is truly what makes Coupang, well, Coupang. Another thing is that they're obsessed with efficiency. Unlike Amazon, which is notorious for using oversized boxes and exaggerated amounts of packaging, Coupang is obsessed with getting rid of waste. They use custom-built trucks to maximize space, custom and reusable packaging for their goods, and warehousing that focuses on vertical integration of their packaging. They even have homegrown software which shows the best and most efficient routes for delivery. So everything, their entire logistics network is homegrown. They don't depend on third-party companies to ship items as Amazon does, as efficiency is the name of the game. Coupang really does aim to be the de facto logistics monopoly in Korea. In March of 2021, Coupang did finally decide to go public, with major names such as SoftBank's Vision Fund and Sequoia Capital backing their IPO. They went from a measly $35 per share value on the IPO to reach highs of $65 during the first day of trading. The price has since waned off to an average of $40 to $45, but needless to say, it's damn impressive for such a young company to pivot its core business model to a difficult and competitive established business market. Despite all of this, they were still able to differentiate themselves. Coupang today is the de facto leader of e-commerce in Korea, and they have a bright future ahead of them as they should. During the tenuous years of transition from a coupon company to a fully fledged e-commerce one and then some, they had to build an entire logistics fleet and set up a logistics network around Korea. As Bom Kim mentions in a recent interview, it's no exaggeration that Coupang delivers to every single apartment in Seoul at least once a day. That in itself already gives you an idea of how much they've developed their delivery capabilities and how much people use Coupang. The Korean market is also a great place to start an e-commerce business, with internet access among Koreans being as high as 94%, and with Korea having some of the fastest internet speeds in the world, as high as 113 Mbps on average. It's no surprise that Coupang is massively succeeding in the internet-dependent country. As of today, Coupang stock is waning off from the previous highs it's hit, but this has been majorly due to technicalities such as stock lockup periods and some internal management and distribution of how stock is being held by big investors. However, as Coupang is playing the long game, all I can say is that there is untold potential in Coupang stock. Investing in Coupang today would potentially equate to investing in Amazon 5 or 10 years ago. As big as Coupang is, it still has room to grow bigger and much further, potentially to other parts of the region. Thus far, the biggest competitors that Coupang has is the Korean search giant Naver, essentially the Google of Korea. It also has Amazon Korea and other regional players such as Shopee and Lazada to look out for. However, none of them come close to matching how deeply embedded Coupang has established itself in the Korean market, how it's built its own logistics network, and thought far ahead in terms of membership and services such as their Eats model and next-day delivery model. Coupang is on the rise, and the IPO has only been one of the many reasons that Coupang is suddenly starting to gain attention and traction abroad. Look out everyone, the next Amazon may just be on the rise, and it could potentially be bigger and hopefully more responsible than the last Amazon. So if you learned something new from this video, click on the like button below, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to Wealth Professor for more content like this in the future. And we'll see you guys in the next video.